Blessings, blessings, beautiful souls. I'm going to just try something today. I'm trying my new phone as well, so bear with me. We're just going to do a brief yin yoga style session. If you have, got Miss Lulu here, if you have 2 bricks or something that you can use as bricks, then grab them now. And a cushion or bolster, if you have a bolster, great, or just a simple cushion would be great. So this time of year, as I've spoken about before, so many people get ill because we are busy at a time when we should be resting. You know, we tend to get quite frantic around this time of year, getting ready for Christmas and all that kind of stuff, because there are, you know, viruses and whatever around all year round. But we're more susceptible to them this time of year because it's a time we should be slowing down and we actually do the opposite. So we're going to do a short yin style class today. So the idea with yin is it's more an invitation, okay? So the idea is we just get into position. Now I will obviously put my head up so I can talk, but you stay in position. So it's really important that you set yourself up so that you are comfortable. So you're going to take your knees as wide as is comfortable for you today. So notice that, as wide as it is comfortable for you today. So it doesn't matter how you felt last time, whatever, today. So taking the knees wide. Now if you struggle with your knees bent, you can always put rolled up towel or a cushion, you know, maybe not as big as that, but something behind both knees to provide a little bit of space. I was going to say do it with both knees. And that sometimes can help ease, you know, if it's a little bit too tight. So do take the time to grab those. So once you're in position and you've got your cushions, then just kind of have a little jiggle around, just wiggle the spine around a little bit, bring a little bit of movement in, whatever feels good for you. So maybe close your eyes for a moment and just explore. Think of just making a bit of space around your hips, because we're going to focus on the fact that it's not only is it okay to give yourself permission to pause and to rest, it's imperative. You must. Otherwise, the reason we get ill is because you don't listen to your body, and your body goes, right, I've had enough, you're not listening, I'm going to make sure you listen. And that's why we become ill. So we're going to focus on the fact that you're going to give yourself permission to pause, to rest. So once you've done a little bit of movement, that feels quite nice for me, doing a little kind of twist there, dropping one shoulder in. Again, just play around with it. There's no rights or wrongs. Maybe just rubbing up the inside of the thighs a little bit. So if you're a little bit tight here, maybe a little petrissage massage. Again, if you decide to add your cushions, blankets, whatever I'm doing, do so. So we're going to come to a wide child's pose, also known as wisdom pose, and we're going to use the blocks so that we get an even better stretch on our chest and shoulders. So you want 2, because you can have one on each hand, and you're going to slide, keeping your hips between your thighs, that's the word. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, slide your hands out. So I'm going slightly wider than the shoulder width, and feel the stretch as you're coming. So even though you can do this with the hands on the floor, the reason I want you to use the blocks is because with the hands higher, you can melt your chest down a little bit more. You can even go, you know, higher if you wish, put them on their side if you've got proper bricks. So slide the hands out. So I've gone a little bit wider than shoulder width because my shoulders can be quite tight. Once you've slid them out, so the arms stay straight, we don't want them collapsing down to the floor. So you kind of lock the arms, relax the shoulders. Once you're in that position, once your arms have gone as far as they can and you're relaxed around your hips and thighs, we're going to have a little jiggle if you wish. You're going to take a nice deep breath in, feel your ribcage expanding. And as you breathe out, you're going to allow your head to melt. Now your head may or may not touch the floor. So mine isn't touching the floor here yet, and that's okay. I'm just going to do, so when I lift my head to talk, you stay where you are unless you really, really, really need to come out of it. We're going to do a couple little, your best horse impression to relax your face and jaw. So we're going to blow through the lips on the exhale. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And lower raspberry. Feel your face relaxing, neck relaxing, jaw relaxing. Let's do it a couple more times and just noticing how your body relaxes a little bit more with each exhale without you trying to force it to happen. Yeah, once more. So just with those couple of breaths, my forehead is now just gently kissing the floor. So yours might be touching the floor, it might not be. And so again, unless you're really in pain, not just mild discomfort, but pain, try and stay here. Relax your mind, let go of any expectations. So there is no ideal shape. We're not aiming for anything. There is no there to get to. The only thing you need to do now is just breathe. And if you wish, I want you to bring in the affirmation. I give myself permission to rest. I give myself permission to rest. Because so often, especially women, and I have spoken to a lot of men and women about it, especially women find it really a struggle to take time out, even just to come and do a class, you know, it feels like they have to be productive every second of every day, and that is, it drains your batteries. And if you're doing things that drain you and you're not doing things that recharge you, you will be depleted, and that is when you get ill. And that's what, as I said, there are bugs and illnesses around all year round. And yet we tend to get more at this time of year because we need to slow down this time of year. Winter, everything is going into a state of rest, but we try and keep that same pace, which is why quite often, if you're one of these people that finds when you have time off you get ill, that's why, because you're running on adrenaline most of the time. So it's okay, just like you need to recharge your battery, your phone, you know, you don't get angry at your phone for needing recharging. So I give myself permission to rest, and just keep repeating that. Notice there may be some resistance to it. Your mind might go, yes, but I've got to do this, I've got to do that, blah, 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 blah. No, your body is craving rest. So if you find your forehead does touch the floor, you may, if you wish, want to roll your head side to side just a little bit, as if you're saying no. Or you may just want to keep your head still. And it's all good. So it's not about being rigid in a pose. So although I ideally want your arms to be straight, that's so you get more of a stretch. Whereas when the elbows come to the floor, we're not quite getting that stretch. So but it's not about being rigid. So you may notice, I want you to notice those micro movements, sometimes not so micro movements. And every now and again, you'll feel your body really sink. You'll suddenly go, and hopefully we'll have a few of those. I give myself permission to rest. After your next exhale, slowly lift your head, and you're going to walk the hands with the blocks over towards Lulu, over to the left, and you're going to release the left hand one. So you're going to bring the left hand to the floor, sorry. Right hand, try and stay on the brick if possible. So you're feeling a stretch in the right side of the body, and then when you're there, again, just relax down. And notice how it feels being in this kind of like uneven position. So the right arm's extending out, so you feel a stretch all the way from your right hip. Feel it from the right hip along the sideways, along your ribs. Feel it in your armpit, all the way through to that right hand. And this time, affirm, if you wish, I give myself permission to pause. To press pause. And so we're not designed to be go, 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 hyper speed all the time. That's not what we're designed for. I give myself permission to pause. So again, if the head doesn't touch the floor, you can either just let it hang, or if you can't relax, you can always use a block or a cushion under your head to rest your head on. So take time to grab any props, and you can even, if you wish, you can press the pause button here and literally stay for 5 minutes. You know, often in a restorative class, you would stay in a position for, you know, that extended period of time. I give myself permission to pause. We're going to do one more of our horse breath here. So inhale through the nose, exhale, lifting the head and come out slowly, because often you've gone a lot deeper than you realize. Bringing your blocks back, and we're going to walk over to the other side. So we're going to walk over to the right. Okay, when you've gone as far as you can, so right hand is flat on the floor now, left hand is on the block. Then feel that stretch right the way from the left sideways. Make sure you're not tensing your hips. Right the way to your little finger. Breathing into your left lung. This time, if you wish, bring in the affirmation, I give myself permission to recharge. I give myself permission to recharge. And one of the other benefits of using affirmations, one, you're saying what you want to be true, and two, it allows you to focus on that rather than the, oh, I've got this to do, I've got that to do, and oh, how long are we going to be here, and oh, this is uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. And so if your mind wanders, that's okay, just bring it back. I give myself permission to recharge. And if you forget the extra bits, just say, I give myself permission. I give myself permission. I give myself permission. And your body mind will remember what we've been saying. I give myself permission to pause, to rest and recharge is what we're aiming for eventually. I give myself permission to recharge. Because throughout the day, week, month, there are activities that are either neutral, so they neither drain nor energize us. There are activities that drain our energy, and there are activities that recharge us. And if you're not doing enough of the recharging and you're doing too many of the draining, then you will literally deplete yourself and you will end up becoming ill. So breathing into that left lung, noticing if it feels any different on this side. Notice if you're holding any tension, and without any judgment, without any criticism, just see if you can breathe into that space. And a nice deep breath in through the nose. And blow it out. And just one more of those in there. And slowly lift your head. Leave the blocks. Walk your hands back to center. And then just slowly starting to bring yourself in. Again, take your time because we've stretched quite a lot. You often don't realize how much you've stretched because we're not forcing. And then gently bring the knees in and either come up to sitting with the hands on the knees, or if you can, just lean forward, tuck the toes under, free up any rebellious toes. And you can either stay with the hands, because I appreciate some people don't like this position, or some people's feet don't like this position. You can stay here or on your hands with the toes tucked under. If it's really too strong, like if you've got arthritis or whatever, then come onto your, we're not here for too long, but if it's, you know, causing pain, come onto your hands and knees if you're doing a cat pose. Or if you can, come up to kneeling. So we're not here for too long. I enjoy this stretch when I come out of it. So I may not enjoy being in it, but it feels glorious when we come out of it. So we're just going to take 3 deep, rejuvenating breaths. Inhaling, I give myself permission. Exhaling to rest. Inhaling, I give myself permission. Exhaling to pause. Inhale, I give myself. Exhaling, permission to recharge. I give myself permission to pause, to rest, to recharge. Untuck the toes. Oh, that should feel quite nice as you untuck the toes. Bring the legs around. We're going to go the other way. We're going to stretch out the other way. We're going to stretch out into a heart space. So you're going to grab your bolster or cushion, whatever you've got, or block. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to place the cushion so that your chest is lifted. Your head is off the block. So you can have as much or as little lift as you like. And take the arms out to the side. So if you want it a little bit more, a little bit stronger, you can add another cushion. But again, make sure you can relax into it. So take your time to set yourself up. Don't rush. So that, no, that feels a little bit too much. So I'm going to go back to 1. Just, yeah, that's better. So just that gentle opening through the chest. Let the knees drop out. Or if it's too much because you've just had a good inner thigh stretch, then you can take the feet wider, turn the toes in so they're pigeon-toed. So take the feet outside the mat, turn the toes in, and rest the knees one against the other. So we've got a rotation the other way. And just, soften or close your eyes. Breathing into your heart space. Again, just observing. Observe, observe, observe. And this time, if you wish, you can bring in the affirmation. I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. Now, that might not be quite true right now, but we want it to be true. Because you matter just as much as the people that you love. So I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. And then say, focusing on an affirmation, it's like a mantra. The idea is that it helps to focus your mind. So we're not going through, because so many of us nowadays, we've got so many commitments, so many distractions, so many things on our to-do list, and our energy is literally diverted. If you imagine everything that you're thinking about, everything that you're trying to do, everything you're trying to plan is like a cord attached to something that's sucking your energy. You know, like when you get a phone, you used to have phones, mobile phones like Nokia, the battery used to last 2 or 3 days. You remember that? And the battery used to last 2 or 3 days. Now sometimes you can have an iPhone, you need to top it up during the day, because it's doing so many different things. And when you're concentrating on one thing, and you've got your job, and you've got your house, you've got your family, you've got presents, and you've got decorations, you've got cooking, it's all sucking your energy. So by just being in the present, by focusing on an affirmation, just focusing on your breath and allowing. So in yin yoga, when we come into it in this kind of way, we're not trying to force the body into any particular shape. We're supporting it so that you don't have to hold any tension. And it's just like, yeah, whatever. There is no there to get to. So you're in with having the bolster there, it allows your heart space to open. So you're not trying to force it to open, it allows your heart space to open. And so if your legs are out to the side, again, you're getting a stretch in your inner thighs. If you had enough of a stretch in your inner thighs, if your knees are together, again, you've got an inward rotation, so we're counterposing it. So just breathe. I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. And really try and extend the breath. Long, deep breath in. Long breath out. Again, notice the release. Each time you exhale, you will feel a release. It may be a tiny release. It might be your jaw. It might be your ears. It might be your throat. Or it might be a big release. It might be your thighs. It might be alongside your spine. Again, it's not about trying to make anything happen. It's about just being aware of everything going on around you, but it's in the background. But like when you walk into a shop and there's music in the background, you're not always paying attention to it, unless it's a song that's like, oh, I like this one. Most of the time it's just there. It's okay, it's neither good, bad, whatever, it's just there. And that's how we want to be. We want everything around us, all our thoughts, to just be there without any emotional attachment. I allow myself, I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. And as I've said before, we often don't realise we're holding tension until we release it. And we'll only release it if we give ourselves permission or give ourselves the right circumstances to release it. And that when I first tried yin yoga, I hated it. It was so slow, so boring. But it was because I needed it. I needed it because I like doing everything that was like fast, 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 fast. And sometimes we just need that slowing down. If you struggle to slow down, it's a surefire sign that you are running on adrenaline, and you will probably end up, when you get ill, you really get ill. If that sounds like you need this. Taking another nice deep breath in. Feel your heart expand. As you exhale, feel your ribs expand, your spine lengthening. And as you're doing that, as you can, if you can, keep the mantra, keep the affirmation, I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. As you do that, try and bring to mind someone or something, animal, whatever, that you love, that instantly, when you think of them, whoever it may be, your cats, whatever, it doesn't matter. As soon as you think about them, you feel warm in your heart space. You feel that inner smile. You may even feel an outer smile. So I will think of my animals, and that instantly makes me feel warm inside. And notice how just by doing that, it might feel like your heart has melted a little bit more. It might feel like your heart space is opened a little bit more. You might feel that warmth because you're really paying attention. Your energy isn't scattered here and everywhere. You might feel that energy as it flows. So with each in-breath, I am as gentle with myself. You feel that heart space expanding with each out-breath. As I am with others, you feel that energy flowing down your arms, down your spine, down into your belly, down through your hips, down to your toes. So you feel that essence, that energy of love. With each in-breath, it expands. With each out-breath, it spreads right to the tips of your fingers and toes. Because you are love, and you weren't given this life to be doing all the time. We're a human being, not a human doing. And notice how your body responds to that. It might go, finally, you're starting to love me instead of just dragging me around and running me ragged. You know, treat your body like your best friend. And I speak as someone who had an eating disorder for 15 years, had drug addiction, didn't like my body, didn't like myself. So, I speak from a place of returning to love. take a nice deep breath in, the deepest breath, the most nourishing, loving breath. Then let it go. And just draw your knees in. And you're going to make a little pillow with your hands, and you're going to roll over onto your right side and rest your head on your hands. Just staying here for a breath or two. Just reminding yourself, I give myself permission to pause, to rest, to recharge. I am as gentle with myself as I am with others. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to sitting. And just bring your hands to your heart, just to honor yourself for taking this 10-15 minutes. And notice how you feel. And sometimes, 10-15 minutes is enough to give back to you. Because when you're giving, when you're doing, you're giving all the time. You're extending your energy outwards. You're not recharging. And you need to recharge. As I said before, your phone is really useful. When the battery dies, it's useless. So enjoy. Namaste. Mwah! From Lulu and me. So much love. Rattani kong siena, orishin getari.